Okay, let's start class. We'll have our second lab today. So we will do simple stem. And you have a fact sheets that will be chapter 3, I believe. Yes, chapter 3. Smear preparation and simple stem practice. Okay. So here is the thing. Why we need to do the simple stem? The simple stem will tell you two important information is the shape of the bacteria, and we call it morphology. This is the number one. Number two is we know the arrangement of bacteria. Now we come out to another question. What are the shape of the bacteria? The shape of the bacteria could be like a circle. We call it cocci, C-O-C-C-I. It could be a chain, okay, like that. Or like a short bacilla. So we call it a large shape. And it also could be a little bit like curve. We call it a vibro. And on, there's a different names. These three are basically the one what we're going to use. Okay, what's going to be the arrangement of the bacteria? That could be just a single. That could be the two circles grabbed together. And we call it diprococci. 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 And that could be a chain, like this. Like streptococcus, so we call it a chain. And that could be like a grape, what you observed last time. All accumulated together like a grape shape. Like a grape. Or they could be even 4 of them stacked together. Like this. So we call it a tetrad. And on. There is a lot of different shapes. Let's just give you some of the examples. This was the two important items. After we do the simple stem, we will get to know the bacteria. Okay, now the question is, why we can do endosperm? We can do the simple stem. Why we can do that? Because the bacteria what you have, let's say it's in the blood, or we have for these stuff which is we have E. coli. Do you have the Staphylococcus aureus? You didn't find anything there? Okay, let's say we have an E. coli. Okay, this E. coli, if we grow 35 degrees Celsius, 24 hours, it will be negatively charged. Like that. So it will be negative charged. Now most of the dye, those basic dye, they are positively charged. So they could be stacked together. Is that right? You know that positive and negative charge, they could be stacked together. Therefore, they could attach with each other, and then they do the stem. Now, it's come out with third question, what are the basic dye we're going to use? There is a couple we could use. Number one, we use very frequently, which is a purple color, is called crystal violet. That's a purple color. Number two, usually it is a pink color or red color. We call it saffron. Number 3 is the blue color. We call it a methylene blue. However, but methylene blue, the positive charge is not very strong. So usually the first time when you do the simple stain, we do not recommend you to use that because it's a little bit weak. Positive charge is not going to make you stain very good and very strong. Now what else? Of course we have lots of others. Let's say we have a green one. We call it a malachite green. And another red one, a little bit of brownish maybe. We call it a carbon fusion. So these are the dyes we're going to use. Okay. Now today we could be using is a crystal violet and the saffron. These two we could be using for our simple stain. So these are the dyes we're going to use. Now next is how we really going to do the simple stain. Okay, today you're going to get 2 bacteria. They are both on the slant. This one is E. coli. We wrote EC on the side of the tube. Another one is BS. I believe it is Bacillus subtilis. This bacteria also have endospores, so we're going to do it again when we do the get to the endospore stain. But today we'll just do the simple stain. Okay, so how to do it? You always remember the first thing you do in the lab. Number 1 is label. Because you know what you put there. So how we do it? Get a glass slides. This glass slides, which is in your tray in the box, you should have it. First thing first is clean it. Okay, you can use tap water and a little bit of alcohol to clean it. If you have a very clean one, you can directly use it. The first thing is to draw a true circle, a big circle. You're going to label them. One is EC, that means E. coli. So we're going to use E. coli. Then we will write acronym EC. Another one we're going to write BS. Okay, that means Bacillus subtilis. That is BS. And draw a true circle. The second thing what you're going to do is flip over. This is very important. The reason is when you put a marker there, those Sharpie marker, it may be damage the lens, the objective lens. So we usually flip it over. Once you flip it over, we're going to add 1 drop of water in the middle of circle. So a big drop of water. Okay, a big drop of water. Then what you do? This is the key. You're going to use loop. This loop also sterilized to pick bacteria from slant, and then you mix with this water. This whole thing we call smear preparation. But not done yet. The next step is very important. Number 5 is air dry. It needs to be completely air dry about 3 to 5 minutes. Why this step is important? If you do not do a completely air dry, you move directly to the next step, which is heat fixing. you will see your slides have lots of legs there, which means very fuzzy. The picture will not be good. So you need to be completely air dry about 3 to 5 minutes. But don't do more than that. Okay, and the key is that they're gonna be the drop of the water right in the middle, not a bunch of the whole water there. Okay, it's a big, tiny amount of the water. So air dry to 3 to 5 minutes. Then we're gonna have to do a heat fixing. What do I mean heat fixing? Okay, I had a Bunsen burner there, right here. The Bunsen burner has a fire. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, has a fire. Then your slides will be back and forth on the Bunsen burner for a couple of times to do the heat fixing. The idea is to deactivate bacterial enzyme and the lead bacteria stick onto glass slides. But it's not cooking. You're not going to be there, go back and forth in the 5 minutes, it's not cooking. Okay, it's a heat fixing. As long as this, you see the stick there, you're good. That's a heat fixing. Okay, the next step, we're going to add a dye. The dye, you can pick anyone from there. I would suggest crystal violet or saffron. This time around, you have to wear goggles. This is important to protect yourself. Okay? You need to wear a goggle when you add the dye. And we're going to do a stain approximately 1 minute. Okay, the next step, we'll do the rings. This is the gentle rings with tap water, with water. And then we're going to dry. And then the last step, we'll do the observation. The observation, what we're going to do is 10x find specimen and use 100x with oil immersion. We will going to see the morphology and arrangement of bacteria. Okay, that is very important. Okay, next. Same thing. Everybody come into the front desk right here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay? I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'll make sure I'm go right here. Okay, somebody, can you do me a favor? Get your microscope. Can you get your microscope? So I'll show you how to do it. Okay, we need I need glass slides which can be found. I have some. I'm hiding here some. I'll use one. Can you also get your tray?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, that's good. I need to borrow the Sharpie marker. Okay, I'm gonna borrow these stuff. Okay. So the first is we're gonna draw a big circle right here. Okay. Now what the thing we forgot? You have to wear gloves. Steal some gloves from you. Okay. Ryan, next time, prepare one box of gloves for me.
That is our box.
Oh, this is our box. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna label them is EC and BS. Okay. I just put on the camera like this, and then we have to flip it over. Okay, that is important. Flip it over, we're gonna put right here. You can do right here, or you can also do around here, but around this corner. Now make sure this water you checked. It's about working, it is working, but not like flushing. Okay. Now next thing, we're gonna have to turn on the Bunsen burner. Make sure everything here is have a little bit of space in front of you. Turn on the Bunsen burner, turn on the gas. The Bunsen burner is on. Okay. So I need to make sure this is covered. Okay. Now how to do the bacteria pick? We first are going to pick up the water. So make sure this is straight. Okay. So we're going to have facing the Bunsen burner a couple of times. Make sure it's all red, which means it's killed the bacteria and sterilized. So you're going to add the water. Okay. Very tiny drop. Very tiny drop. That's good enough. Okay. You have to flame it again. Flame it real quick. Okay, then I put it here. Now I'm gonna pick the bacteria. So how are we gonna do? I'm gonna have two, okay, which is Bacillus and I have this tray and E. coli. Okay, well we're gonna show you again, but I'm gonna tell you right now how we're gonna do. This is the one when you do is little finger. Attach it, detach it, and flame it. Okay, this loop you have to flame it again before you do. Okay, then flame it again. And then cool down on the side a little bit. So you pick some bacteria. Pick a little bit of bacteria is enough. So we're gonna make a smear. I hope there's something there. Okay, now you're gonna flame, use a loop, and you're gonna pick Bacillus. Flame it, pull down, and pick bacteria from here. And then make sure it is mixed very well. Okay, then you flame it again. Okay, now you're gonna do is the air dry. Air dry is about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, let's say the air dry is fixed. What are you gonna do? The heat fixing. Back and forth like this. A couple of times. Okay. Not cooking. Not like talk to your friends or something. Make sure it is dried. Don't burn yourself. Okay? Okay, now we're gonna put here. At this moment, you need to wear the goggle. Okay, because we are doing the stain. Okay, I'm gonna pick one to do. Let's just do crystal violet, which is simple. Okay, which one is crystal violet? The purple. So we're gonna do the stain. Cover the circle. Uh-oh. Sorry, that's not good. Then you stain about a minute. Okay. Let's say 1 minute is ready, so you rinse it. Do you have a paper towel? These things you have to be ready. Okay, just give me a paper towel. Maybe 2, not enough one. Rinse it. You have a paper towel. Okay, then let's see whether we can find something underneath the microscope. And at this time, This you can turn it off. Okay, now we don't need a goggle at all. This is a biohazard. Remember, if you have a dye there, this is a biohazard, so go here. Okay, now I'm going to show you again how to use the microscope. We'll see whether we can find something, okay? Let's do this. First of all, turn it on. Stage down. And we're going to put the 10x here. So what we do, we put the sides there, and we move a little bit. Make sure the iris diagram is at 10. Okay, so we're gonna be go down, go down, go down to the stage you cannot move. Then you're gonna do go up a little bit. Okay, seems like you can see something. Go ahead to see it, what it looks like. A little bit.
Yeah, you can see the purple.
Go ahead, see it. That's what you find in the 10x. Okay, you can see some. Come here to see it. Be careful about this camera.
Yeah.
You can see some. Now, what we're going to do is oil immersion. So we're going to find the oil. Where's oil? Okay, good. That's oil. So, click 1, click 2. Is that right? So we're going to put the oil there. One drop of big oil. Huge. And we can put one even in a bacillus area. That maybe need to refocusing. We'll see. But this one, ideally, we shouldn't do it. Okay, we go here. So what we do? A very tiny adjustment. We'll see whether it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. We'll see. Okay, this one doesn't work very well, so we have to redo it. Okay, so I have to redo from the beginning. It's a big chunk of area. You see some. Go here. Wait a second, let me redo it again. So we do this. Okay. This one, and then if you move around, I'll put more oil there. Okay. Kind of, we can see something. So we move right here. And you can go ahead to see. There is some of the rods there. Can you see it?
Yeah.
The short rods. Go ahead to see it again. It is more clear. But of course, you see there's some fuzzy there. That means what that means. That means that glass slides, you have to clean very well. Go ahead to see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's 100x. Okay, now let's see whether we can see bacillus. So you can try your lucky, just move. Just move around. Okay? See whether you can see it. Maybe. No, okay, we can see it. But seems like this is not really a bacillus. This is maybe coccinelle or something. You can see some. There's a bunch of bacteria there. And yeah, so you can see it. Can you see it? So you can, when you focus, you can just move around. Go ahead and see it. Okay, go ahead to see it. That's what underneath 100x. Okay, go ahead to see it again. So that's what you find that you call it. You go to find the bacillus is like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So everybody, if you find your box, any of these pieces of is still good, make sure you clean it, use these. I had some backup, but it's not gonna for everybody the whole semester. So clean these first, clean your lens first, then go ahead to do the simple stuff. Okay, very good.